Welcome back to Hop Smell Show. It's Hop.
It's Mike.
Stream.
So how we going to introduce this as our mixing of load and reload?
I like to call it 1 from 2.
1 from 2.
That's good. 1 from 2. I like that.
And we did the Illusion albums. So we figured load and reload need to be one gigantic album. Well, I don't know
Or
about
one
gigantic.
hand down.
Mike said EP.
Yeah, an EP.
Well, he got that one.
A good 5 or 6 song EP.
I did better. I found enough.
Well, I know when I picked, it was, some of it was easy because you went with hits right off the
I
bat.
didn't. I actually went more non-hits than hits.
Wow, because I
Yeah, that's.
And
I
I
don't
think-
know how you found anything.
Well, and I think for me, I was worn out of those other songs, just hearing them so much that it turned me against them. There was a couple I kept, but for the most part, mine are all the non-hits from the two.
well, he must have.
Yeah. I'm a big B-side person too, so I couldn't find a lot of good B-sides on that one. Any of them I liked.
You know, though, when I listened to it, though, metal must have been, this must have been a really weird time for metal. Because, I mean, I'm like him, you know, when I listened to it, it was hard to, I mean, we did 14. How many did you come up with?
10.
So,
We left him out of the loop when we decided we
Yeah.
were going to do 14.
that's what happens.
Well, what was it? When was the first one released? 96.
96.
Well, look where metal was then.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, look where metal.
We were definitely in a weird state.
Yeah.
Because when I guess grunge, you know, grunge was kind of going out too then.
Yeah.
So it was, I guess everybody was just trying to find ground, and this is where Metallica ended up with Load and Reload. I mean, I know String, when Zach was riding around with you, talking about them wearing makeup and short hair and all that. So y'all just want me to go with, what do we figure, we just could go with the whole,
Yeah, well, you just read off yours,
Yeah.
and then he'll read off his, I'll read off mine, and we'll kind of talk about it then at the end. Maybe we'll see if this works and make it a little shorter. And
You made an album on your Spotify, didn't you?
yeah.
I did a playlist.
See, and I did-
iTunes.
I did a playlist on Spotify, which I'll put a link to in the notes.
You
But-
ended up going and adding it for the user illusions.
Illusions. Because Lion Burnett was like, can we get a playlist? So I was like, well, yeah, you can get a playlist. So you got a playlist for Loaded too, Lion. But I decided, I told String last night, I was like, I even gave mine a title, I'm going to call it Loaded. So I took a few notes from when we had done the Illusion albums from Mike, where he said when he goes and sees a band, he likes to put songs on his, I guess, on an album that they're going to open up with, that they're going to play
The first
live.
song, yeah. I like that first song to punch you in the throat.
Yeah, so, but anyway, I done hit something. So I figured I'd go with Fuel. Fuel's got to be the strongest song on Load and Reload as far as I'm concerned.
I thought so too.
I mean, I know even Love's not here, but even when I talked to Love, you know, I was like, this is what I'm going with my first song. He's like, that's just a strong song. It's probably one of the best songs on that whole recording. So I went, Fuel was the song I kicked it off with. So then I went with King Nothing, which to me, that's probably my favorite song for the load era. And then Until It Sleeps. And Better Than You, which West Dove used to always say, he used to always sing a song. So that's kind of like, that's why that made track 3. It was like, that was probably Wes's big thing there. But then for track 4, I had The Memory Remains, and then Ain't My Bitch, Bad Seed, Hero of the Day. And we discussed this earlier, Prince Charming, which was a song didn't really care for back in the day, but the song's aged well, I think.
I didn't like it.
Buck was not a
Like it.
fan.
Yeah, we talked about it before we started the video. He was
Didn't
not a
like
fan.
it. No.
Unforgiven 2, which is not bad. It's not as good as Unforgiven, but we'll go The Cure, or just Cure, Wasting My Hate, Devil's Dance, Ronnie, to end the album. So that put me at, I think when I figured it up, probably everybody's there counting. I think it was
didn't count.
I think it was 14 tracks. Now, I didn't figure up the song lengths like I know you did.
I did on GNR just because it was.
Well, I
thought
think
about
I
they
did
weren't
on
too
mine
long.
too, but-
GNR songs, some were just so long.
But were all
those
these
were-
songs in
No, not all of them. Not all of them made my cut.
but I will say, and I mean, I don't know what they've got as far as opening track, but if the curtains are dropping, like Mike said, Fuel is a great song to start a show off with. And plus, it was also on that damn video game where you drove them 4-wheel drives around on PS.
What was it? The ATV game.
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
They used to have it on NASCAR.
Yeah, it was also on that.
I remember NASCAR would have it.
It's a perfect song for stuff like that.
I agree.
It's one of those songs where you turn it up.
Hey,
Yeah.
here,
You turn it up.
give me fuel, give me fire. That's why I wore a shirt.
So I'm gonna let you
All right.
roll with it. We only
Chris.
come in with 10.
10 songs out of 27.
27.
If you want, I can say if y'all named your albums before we started. I know your name albums.
We
I'll
left
name
him
mine.
out of that
I'll
one.
name mine "Shooting from the Hip." Shoot from the hip. I think that's what they did here. But my number one song was "Fuel," because out of both those albums, like you said,
Yeah.
I like a song at the very beginning that just punches you right in the throat. It's a song that you could open up a show with, and it would get you right. I mean, right from the beginning.
You know, I'm all right. I'm gonna cut you off here real quick. Speaking of Fuel, after you talked about opening songs, and we did the thing about Battery. You know, you look back at Metallica's collection. I will say they've got it down pat on opening tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, Battery, because you figure Battery on Master, everything, all their opening tracks are usually strong songs.
That's
Enter
right.
Sandman, I mean,
Yeah.
but I wanted to make sure I got that in. Sorry.
So we didn't forget at the end.
Ain't My Bitch, too. I always like that song. That was a good song.
Yeah.
King Nothing. I always like King Nothing. I like 2x4. The song 2x4.
Now, see, I'm not a fan of
No,
that.
I like 2x4. I like 2x4. Hero of the Day. I like that song. The Memory Remains. No, you don't like that song. I like that song. Better Than You. I like that. Until It Sleeps. Bleeding Me. And Devil's Dance. That was the album. And like I said, no Prince Charming. No Unforgiven 2. I wasn't the biggest fan of Unforgiven.
Really?
No.
It's
I always
okay,
felt like
but-
I always felt like Unforgiven. They tried to take Nothing Else Matters and just kind of build off that, and you can't. Nothing else. But when you, to their credit, when you have an album like the Black Album, which
Yes.
threw them into mainstream like crazy. I mean, when Q101's playing it,
Yeah.
songs off of it. How do you follow that album up, really? I mean, there's very few bands that can follow up. Because name a bad song on the Black Album.
Oh, there's not.
I mean, it's like a Appetite for Destruction,
It's the perfect album. It's
Yeah.
hard to follow.
you know. And even, to get into Master, you had to be kind of like the heavier side.
Yeah.
And the Black Album took some heavy, and then took kind of your mainstream, just lighter rock, and they blended it they blended it perfect.
They
They
done
blended
what?
it perfect.
Yeah, that's why that album.
So
is
how
what
do
it
you
is.
after that? How do you really follow that up?
What we've seen,
Yeah, with load and reload.
and you only got 10 songs.
And those are pretty. Those are all good songs.
Yeah.
But out of all of them, like I said, Fuel was my favorite. That's one of my favorite Metallica songs.
Yeah,
Period.
this song has aged well.
All right, so I went with Unloaded because I unloaded a lot of songs that were shit. But I started out with a strong song, Fuel. I'm in total agreement with all that. So, track 2 was Wasted My Hate. Cure, and then King Nothing, Better Than You, and then Ronnie, 2x4, Poor Twisted Me, Devil's Dance, Slither, Bad Seed, Thorn Within, Prince Charming, and I ended it with some attitude in the song Attitude. And then, actually, I did the playlist through the iTunes thing, and it tells you it's 1 hour and 11 minutes. I didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, mine
You
was,
didn't have Ain't My Bitch on there?
I don't. It's all right, but like I said, a lot of those big songs, I just got burned out on them.
Yeah,
I just
I get that.
So what? Out of all mine, I got Fuel and King Nothing, and that was the only 2 songs that was released, I think. Out of all those, I don't. They didn't release 2x4, did they?
no.
No.
I was gonna say, I didn't think. They
I
did.
can't believe you like 2x4 now. I like 2x4.
I don't, now I don't, I mean, I think, and Prince Charming's like one of them songs that I didn't really care for, and I heard him play it live one time, and I'm like, it just hit me. It's like, damn, this is a good song.
Now, if you hear a song live that you think, but then you hear it live and you're like, my God, that's a good song. And you'll start really getting
Yeah.
into this. I've done that before with
Yeah.
bands that's. I saw Metallica back at, I guess it was the Live Shit tour. So they didn't know this was open.
Yeah.
I mean, out there when I saw them.
Well, it'd been a while, a long while since I'd actually listened to any of it, other than what might have been played, which was usually the hits off of those. So I think listening to it now, it kind of, and I was always, when those came out and a lot of people were trashing it, I always stuck with it, and I was for it during that time. But then after those 2 albums, and then the next album was crappy, and then the next album was crappy, and it was kind of like I was just all right, I've had enough of that. But going back and listening to it, I actually found a lot of stuff that I was like, man, this is actually not that bad. Like,
Well, and I was always like, Jerry Lambert and Brandy are always like, load, then they come in for reload a bunch of shit. And I'm like, dude, have y'all listened to Saint Anger? I was like, you think them 2 albums are bad?
Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean, go listen to Saint Anger. And then we did like the worst of the best. Has anybody listened to Lulu? I mean,
Yeah.
Saint Anger sounds like a platinum album.
and that's
compared
kind
to
of
that.
what Memory Remains kind of was for me. Just that when that whatever the lady's name was on there when she started doing that just killed it for me.
Which that is a little much,
Yeah.
because I don't know what you thought when you listened. I'm like, they probably could have cut,
Yeah, they could have left that out.
Yeah.
or even just, maybe 2 times.
Yeah.
But she was like doing it like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, it was a bit much. I think if they would have left it out altogether, I probably would have liked the song a lot more. But it's just that just did it for me. I just didn't care for it.
They didn't make the top 5 duets anyway.
It's in, nah. But I know,
Yeah, think about it that way, but no.
well, I know when I saw them, when I got Hetfield's pick, and when I was front row at Roanoke Civic Center, that was during the Load Tour.
Mm-hmm.
If there had been no Load Tour, there would not been that experience.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, when I saw that stuff live, I look at it a little bit different way, because Metallica is a live act or in a league of their own. I mean, they wouldn't be the biggest band in the world if they sucked live.
Yeah.
I've heard songs, take a song off a CD or something, you're like, it's not too hard of a song,
Yeah.
heavier song. Then you see it live, and it just seems
Amp
like
it up.
they amp it up a little
Yeah.
bit. Like, my God, that song is good.
Yeah.
That's a good heavy song.
Yeah, and Metallica's got they've got a lot of stuff like that, because I will say Metallica is good about bringing songs, deep tracks.
Yeah.
Like they'll bring deep tracks out that they haven't done for or never done live, and then all of a sudden they've got it live, and it's like, wow, that's pretty good. So I guess,
there you go.
do you got yours on Spotify?
The list?
Yeah.
No. I can make a playlist off of it, no problem.
So what is Spotify? I don't know. Can I link?
I don't, because that's just off of my phone, so my old phone, I don't even use it anymore, but I used it for my iPod now, so.
So I'll put definitely do me and Mike's link ours in the
I'll load that
comment
up tomorrow.
section.
I know there's a way you can go into people's Spotify's
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, See,
I didn't
have-
know you could do that till about a month ago.
Yeah, and I don't actually have Spotify. I just got the free version. So
Well, that's what I
can't-
got.
Well,
I don't have.
it won't let you-
Okay, no,
it won't let you do
I
that.
don't know
then.
if you can do
Well, no, we just do
Because I
Jeff's.
tried.
Then. We'll do Hops then.
Yeah, we'll just do
have
Hops playlist then. But yeah, I'll put my playlist in at the bottom for Elia Burnett. She was the one
Or
that
anybody.
commented that she wanted a playlist, so we put it in
I
there.
guess I could put mine in as just in the description box. I can type them out, and put it in there. I can add it. I can
So,
do
and
that.
if you do have a Spotify account and, you know, you want to make a playlist of what your choices are, you can just send them, just put it in the comment section, just put your link in the comment section and it'll be posted up there and then everybody will have it.
Well, here I can type these in too.
You can have it if you want.
No, I just took a picture.
There you go.
So, I know we had Jared Lambert sent me a comment because we had done this with the Guns N' Roses. And he said something about doing an Ozzy's greatest hits. The best of Ozzy. So if anybody's got any requests for even something like that, I thought that was a pretty
Is
good
this gonna be
idea.
like a 4-album box set, or we gotta limit this down to like,
Can you pick 10 Ozzy
Oh,
songs?
Ozzy, easy.
how hard is it gonna be narrowed down to 10?
Well, if you
Yeah,
only
well-
do 10,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do
10
one
be
with
tough.
Randy Ayers, Jakey Ayers.
Yeah.
Can't leave Jakey out
No.
because we gotta give Jakey some love.
Zach, you got me.
Yeah. So I guess in the comments section, honestly, if you got a Spotify account, just link your playlist and I'll go check it out. And I'll send a link to them guys. They can check it out, see what y'all's comes in at.
Well,
So
I think-
y'all,
I think this worked out pretty good.
Yeah, this
We
one-
didn't-
this
we
one,
didn't
we
extend
didn't
it out to
ramble
40
too
minutes.
y'all know Strings Hat.
I was gonna say we're not gonna get off this.
Yeah, this is not sexually
Okay.
related. This is for Billy Jack's, the restaurant.
You want to say anything
And I
about
like
your
Billy
hat?
Jack's.
Oh,
Lil Wayne?
You can turn around.
Tokyo, from Tokyo. Thank you very much.
I'm not
Hard
gonna
rock.
I'm gonna go ahead and piss him off. Right here, we're going next round.
They deserve it. That was terrible. Anyway,
But anyway, and I got a new cruise shirt, Christmas. Are y'all ready to roll out of here?
Do this.
Like I said, everybody stay safe, stay strong.
hate, hate, since love, love's not here. See y'all.